boy. With 23 seconds left, the King's Ball, Lucky Ball skips across, does send in one loon, but unfortunately, another defense here. This Monolith needs to go down. It doesn't, so it gets a few shots off onto the troops, and a lot of the roots have disappeared. You take out Elevate down to the lower bracket, who already has a golden ticket, and they've already won 2 monthly finals. So the pressure is on.
King and Queen working on the outside. The main thing, oh, right there it is, Warden ability. Timing up that Warden ability, but the RC was just outside.
With the early strike from this Grand Warden and an Angry Jelly on the bottom right side, they're going to be following up with an interesting army, mostly Root Riders, but still half a dozen Rocket Loons to get a few more pokes and stabs over on the bottom left side there. Catches a few traps, and that's pretty good news here for Tryhard. Might not have gotten as much damage early on as he wanted there, but he is still focused, and with a Flame Flinger, will be firing off against a big, difficult base established by Crispy on defense.
Really nice headhunter timing to make sure that Warden's staying alive. The Angry Jelly, though, is now off, which means Warden has to get that funnel down quickly. The Fire Spitter is going down. And now the question is, when is he going to lure over the Warden? Remember, do not take again 1.5 minutes to get that fireball, or to get the, not the fireball, but get the attack going. We have seen what happened back then. And he's still going after 1 minute.
You need more DPS to score the triple. Tryhard pushes into the right corner now as Root Riders will obliterate some walls and do their best to make it inward, but it still looks like defenses on the outer edge are going to be distracting and making things a bit difficult for him to find his way to the core of this base. Without the Royal Champion charge to the inside, the pathing is going to be very strange now for Tryhard, who's going to have to wrap all the way around with this overgrowth spell, preventing him from targeting the interior. All right, not the end of it yet, but Tryhard with 40 seconds left is going to really have to catch up, and that is not a good spot to be in against such a tough base with big defenses still remaining and lots of tiny compartments to make things difficult for these attacking troops. 24 seconds left and the final spell goes down, shutting off that poison tower and the fire spitter. It looks like he is going to have enough damage, but not enough time, Itsu.
Yeah, if you have in hard mode such a long Warden walk, it is tricky on time. This is always going to be the case, especially with like attacks like Root Riders.
Will march back in with a Flame Flinger and more long bomb shots to try to pierce back against this Team Electro squad with a 3-star to keep the advantage going strong. The old Skelly Donut right in the core of the base is something that we haven't seen very much of at all this year. Is it enough to take down the Monolith? With that Earthquake it is. Good work so far with a big chunk out of the core of the base. Top and left corners being obliterated. He still does have a difficult compartment to deal with on the top side. With long range damage coming in from the Flame Flinger next, he should have some big support to add on. 12 Rocket Loons to commit, and a nice healthy compartment of heroes going to be moving in off the bottom to take out some more defenses. Sends in the ice block to slow things down a bit, and will march forward with those heroes, dealing as much damage on those defensive structures as he can. Angry Jelly attached to that minion prince, and ready to pop that ability whenever he can get maximum damage against the defenses set up to deny this aerial assault. Cleanup is going to be very difficult for this base, even though he's got a lot of firepower. With 34 seconds left, he's going to have to go very quickly with this RC ability to get all the way around this base. With so many structures spread out to the outer edges, he's got a couple more Rocket Loons to commit and finds his way onto that multi-target Inferno. Black Bomb takes it down with the Air Sweeper and Scatter Shot. They are going to push it off. Gigabomb still standing over there to try to defend, and that poor Battle Builder doing his best to try to keep these structures alive. 10 seconds left as Zizu still only has 1 star and hasn't made his way into the Town Hall yet. Finally takes it out. 3 seconds remain, but a few more buildings will stand, and the triple is elusive.
Imran with a 90% in the last war definitely needs to step that up. Vatic have not very much wiggle room in this war now. After that big miss from Simon and then the 3-star response, they really have to be all hands on deck here, trying to get these 3 stars, coming up with those plans and making it happen. Not saying that they weren't trying to do that before, but the situation is getting more dire by the moment.
Yeah, with this RC now pathing your way into the town hall, so it does get all the way into the core and doesn't finish it off.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about a 1-star risk here. I mean, the town hall wake up, he'll go right at it with the root rider. Just really, how's the pathing looking to the back of the base? Because I'm worried after this overgrowth wears off, everything's going to kind of split in different ways. Mostly the root riders are going to split in different ways. Keep an eye on the root riders and see what they do. It looks like they're staying pretty nice and tight together. The Royal Champion actually using Rocket Spear to help out getting that builder hut down. So that was actually a big pickup from her. Keeping those roots up and keeping them healthy is the big thing right now.
Yeah, as the giant bombs pop to the bottom side, King's already burned that ability. Queen does have hers though. The Monolith needs to go down. It doesn't, so it gets a few shots off onto the troops, and a lot of the roots have disappeared and they are all gone. And unfortunately, another defense here for Dizzy, and Vatic is just tossing their hands up in the air and it's not going to plan. And this could mean that Dizzy, you eliminate a Vatic here, and Navi is going to be celebrating with a golden ticket from the points leaderboard.
And we see another Royal Champion charge with those lock launcher tricks and as well with the giant era. It feels like that both teams pretty much gave themselves like a handshake and just said, okay, we're going to play this strategy until one of us is going to 3-star. And this is going to be that case right here. We have the Royal Champion charge taking down the far right side. The arrows going through, the lock launchers coming in. And this now means that this multi-tier tower is going to go down quite quickly. The town hall is going to follow soon. And then we're going to see the root riders going in from this left side into the base. The core, though, looks really dangerous. So it's all about the timing and the placement of this overgrowth spell.
Very nice for these root riders to not have to worry about splash damage coming in from the town hall, though. That means that we can focus that spell usage just on those big defenses on the backside. Keep an eye on the Crusher Mortar, Scatter Shot, Multi-Target Infernos. Those are what cause many problems for root rider raids. You're going to have this big Eternal Tome ready to pop at a moment's notice whenever Tano notices that the big damage is starting to come on in. Overgrowth is down and it only catches the ricochet cannons and the monolith, allowing his troops to target onto that multi-target Inferno to try to finish that off early on. Backside multi is not going to be able to engage, but it doesn't seem like there's very many troops at all on the multi to begin with. Elpano's having a lot of difficulty in this assault, and it's just withering away against defenses that are so cleverly positioned.
A couple of seconds before he realized, and this means he used that Eternal Tome ability way too late, another lower scoring attack with not crossing the 85% mark. And I don't know what happened to Team Electros. They had incredible sets coming into this weekend, but right now they're not able to show this. I'm not sure if it's the nerfs or what exactly is going on here, that the teams maybe have perfectly predicted them, baited them, and not giving them the opportunity.
As the Royal Champion is charging her way through to the right side, through this bomb tower, and in towards the scatter shot next after the Tesla goes down. He does find that tornado trap early in his attack with double giant bombs right there.
Yeah, taking out the Spirit Fox, so he won't have the Spirit Fox for a little bit of extra protection later, but he's actually going to continue this charge in here with the Royal Champion, looking to pick up the multi-arch tower there, gets that down, and then now the rest of the attack can begin. Of a not safe play, because it's all about getting that 3-star on the board. His Queen took a lot of damage. Now she's going to go in with that log launcher. Oh no, the Queen's going to go to ability early. Should be okay as the giant will tank. That Queen's going to get back with everything in the middle towards the town hall here.
Yeah, continuing towards the town hall as a log launcher. It did open all those walls leading towards it. But we do have Roots, the Royal Champion, making his way in towards the monolith. Does the War Eternal Tome. Does he use it? No, decides to go with the invis, but does also make the monolith invisible. So he's not going to target it just yet, but should be able to take it down pretty quickly. The King's going to the far left, hanging on that Warden ability as late as possible, but he does at least have the healers now moving back towards these Roots.
He's got to keep this world champion alive. She keeps taking a little bit of damage, but remember with the electro boost, he gets a little bit of passive healing in there. He's still holding that Warden Eternal Tome. He's gonna have to use it right now. There goes Eternal Tome to protect all those troops as the Crusher Mortar wakes up, the Poison Tower wakes up, the Fire Spitter, the Ricochet Cannon, so much waked up right there in that left-hand side. Here comes the King's Spiky Ball. I don't know, Carmen. There's a lot of this base still remaining here, and these troops are fading quick.
Oh my, you're telling me that there is a chance for Millicene MG to win it on the final attack in this match, and it'll come down to Ness for X. That's what we love to see. The final attack being the one attack to determine the fate of either one of these teams. You win, you take on JO Esports. You lose, you take on Elevate down to the lower bracket, who already has a golden ticket and they've already won 2 monthly finals. So the pressure is on. As the RC is going to charge her way towards the top side. And if you lose this RC, the attack is over. You cannot lose the RC or even the value that she must get. Use the one invis to route the RC to go into the Crusher Mortar. Tassels do pop. Tornado Trap in this section. When you do find a Tornado Trap right there, that means the base builders were probably expecting an RC charge from this section. And then you have to be very careful to try to keep her alive there. He does at least pull her back, but loses that Spirit Fox.
Until the Monolith, there's really nothing that's going to stop that Flame Flinger, as all the other troops are going to work through the bottom side of the base. Here comes that first Overgrowth to shut down the Town Hall. Rocket Loon's going to come out and deal lots of damage. Oh my goodness, that one Root Rider, I think almost, oh my goodness, the Root Rider's barely hanging on there from the Rocket Loons.
But because of the Overgrowth placement, he has a perfect pathing for these roots to stay together. And look, the healers are moving with the Root Riders. That's what you need. You need these healers to stay protecting the roots, moving through, healing them back up. There's another Overgrowth, but he needs to backtrack to the Town Hall, and that's exactly what some Valks and the Royal Champion does indeed. Takes it down and continues the pathing through the bottom side. We will have to encounter that Giga Bomb, but look, you mentioned from the start, that Flame Flinger, it's still going. 0 threats to it. So we got so much value to the top side. Spiky Ball coming right through the middle. Has the Queen ability, will move through. Even Rocket Loons are coming. Wow, all Rocket Loons. And they're going to avoid the Giga Bomb. Oh no, they take some damage, but... Uh-oh, wait, Queen ability, Giant, you have to get through this wall. Is it enough, Bash?
It's close. That one Ricochet Cannon is weakened there. The Queen's going to go ahead and hop onto the other one. She's going to go over to the multi next. There are a couple storage there, but time is also becoming an issue. 15 seconds remain, and it's all down. All of the troops are gone except for these Giant and these Super Barbarians coming in, and it's going to fall just short here as Ryuta might have even been at... Oh no, everything died.